Good morning. We're going to be reading Chapter 9 of Slacker by Jordan Corman. Chapter 9 is titled Jordan Tollefson. So we're going to be hearing Chapter 9 from Jordan's perspective. Felicia, my campaign manager, gave me the latest poll numbers, and the news wasn't good. You're losing to Kelly among 6th and 7th graders, and your 8th grade lead is slipping. What? You said I was way in front. It was your debate performance, she said. A lot of kids don't trust you. I was appalled. I'm the most trustworthy guy in the school. You were sweating, Jordan. It was 150 degrees under those lights. Kelly didn't sweat, Felicia pointed out. Even Jordana didn't sweat, and she's only a 7th grader. Jordana? I fumed. Leave it to Kelly to drum up a 3rd candidate with almost the exact same name as me. She knows half the kids won't be paying attention when they go to the ballet box. Jordan, Jordana. It's all the same to them. She's trying to siphon off my votes. The problem isn't the sweat. It's the sleaze. She was patient. You can stand here and complain that it's not fair, or you can do something about it. It's your choice, Jordan. Felicia was like that, practical and sensible whenever I got too emotional. She was by far the best campaign manager in Sycamore Middle School. There was nothing she wouldn't do to help me win the election. When I had that black eye from dodgeball, she put makeup on it so I wouldn't look like a punk at all the candidates' meetings for 6th grade representatives. In 7th grade, when I was accused of writing styrofoam rocks on the school's Earth Day bulletin board, she broke into the display case, dusted powder over everything, and revealed a handprint too large to be mine. By the time she got done spreading the word that I'd been unfairly accused, I came back from a 20-point deficit and won a seat in the student senate. But this was no grade level election. This was for student body president. I drew a deep breath. Okay, what do I have to do? She began to tap on the laptop she used for official campaign business. Kelly is a presidential scholar, so there's no way you're going to compete with her smart-wise. She's also the captain of the girls' softball team, and let's face it, you couldn't catch a cold. I was sarcastic. Try not to build me up too much. I wouldn't want it to all go to my head. She took my arm and led me to one of the posters taped on the wall. Vote Jordan Tollefson for student body president, the candidate of experience. What's it say? There was a picture of me wearing a suit and tie, looking very presidential, if I do say so myself. Felicia was all business. What do you see? Or more important, what don't you see? You think we should put Jordana Cohen isn't the same person as me, and Kelly Hannity should be kicked out of the election for confusing voters? She regarded me pityingly. Nobody votes for a crybaby, Jordan. Not even if your opponent is being totally unfair, I pleaded. Never use the phrase totally unfair. It makes you sound like a crybaby. You can't turn this thing around by complaining about Kelly. You've got to build yourself up. Focus on your own accomplishments. I brightened, like student senate. That was last year. We have to show everybody who you are now. You need to get a knee deep in school activities. I was mystified. What could I be more knee deep in than running for president? She pulled a paper from her pocket and unfolded it. It was the Vote Kelly Hannity flyer that had been stuffed into every locker in the school. With a sinking heart, I took in the long list of extracurricular: National Honor Society, Art Club, Athletic Leadership, Student Orientation Volunteers, Golf Team, Blood Drug Coordinator, Parents Night Hostess, blah, 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 blah. It went on until I could barely stand it. This girl didn't have time to run for president. She didn't even have time to sleep. How could anybody ever compete with that? Looks like she's done it all, I moaned. She hasn't left anything for anybody else. Not quite, Felicia countered. I know one school organization she doesn't belong to. Yeah, right. If the undead formed a club, she'd find a way to get in to be a dominant zombie vote. I'm serious, Felicia persisted. It's called the Positive Action Group, and it's going to be huge. I was unimpressed. Never heard of it. It's new, she admitted. That's probably why Kelly missed it. But I checked around. The faculty advisor is Fanshawe himself. So you know there's a lot of juice behind it, and you're going to be the founding member. I was intrigued. What do they do? She shrugged. I don't really know, but the webpage talks a lot about helping people. The main thing is you're in and Kelly isn't. And if she tries to join later, we can spread it around that she's copying you. It's a win-win. For the first time, I saw a little light at the end of the tunnel. Politics went this way sometimes. You lose your lead because they bring in a 7th grader with the same name as you. But then you find a way to scratch and claw back to the top. Okay, Felicia. Let's find a way. So, did you sign me up? I tried, she replied. I think my computer is glitchy because I kept getting sent to wrong websites. Anyway, this will be better. You'll join in person and make a public splash. The big mover and shaker is this guy, Cameron Boxer. I know where his locker is. Are you sure? I know that kid. He's kind of a nobody. How important can this club be if he's in charge of it? Big things start in small places, she lectured. Abraham Lincoln grew up in a log cabin. Apple grew out of a garage. One day, they'll say Jordan Tollefson got his big break in the Positive Action Group. Cam Boxer. I just couldn't imagine him being the founder of anything. Not if founding meant it had to be get off the couch. We'd been neighbors our whole lives, but the only real interaction with him I could ever remember was the time we brought our dining room table from his family store. He used to hang out in the big sectional sofas playing on a handheld. His locker was on the 2nd floor, number 248B. Cam wasn't there, but Daphne Leibowitz was. She was taping a note on the metal door. I couldn't read what it said, but it had a lot of exclamation points. As usual, Felicia broke the ice. Have you seen Cameron Boxer? Ha! Daphne practically spat. My campaign manager frowned. She had her phone out, ready to get a picture of my official entry into the Positive Action Group. This would be on the school's website by lunchtime, and on the front page of the school's paper tomorrow. Daphne explained her comment. Nobody sees Cameron Boxer. It's like seeing the wind. It can't be done. It just can't. I spoke up. I'm joining the Positive Action Group. Yeah, good luck with that, Daphne said bitterly. I've been trying to join for the past week and a half. Even Mr. Fanshawe's been stonewalled, and he's the faculty advisor. We need to schedule a meeting so we can get our first project going. Elvis has been eating out of our dumpster by the train tracks. They found beaver droppings dangerously close to the electrified train rail. We have to create a habitat for him before he gets killed. Daphne talked really fast when she was angry. It was one of those tricky moments in politics. I had to have an opinion about this, but I really couldn't picture what the Positive Action Group was, or a dead singer had to do with beaver poop. I said, if I'm elected, I'll take care of that. What Jordan means, Felicia put hurriedly, is that he needs your vote for student body president. He wants to work with people like you and Cameron Boxer through the PAG to make sure Elvis gets a fair deal. The only problem with that plan, Daphne complained, is it has Cam in it, and nothing good can ever have him in it, even if it's something fantastic like the PAG. I frowned. So, are you a member or not? Daphne shrugged helplessly. Who knows? Mr. Fanshawe says I am, but how can he be sure? I can't pin down Cam. There's no sign-up sheet, and every time I go on the website, I end up in the rainforest. Well, Felicia persisted. String's a member. Daphne seemed surprised. String McBean? How did he get in? Athletes always end up with special treatment. If he's in, you're in, Felicia concluded. She tapped her phone into camera mode. Stand next to Jordan and I'll get a picture of you for the Sycamore middleman. While we were posing, an immense shadow loomed over us. Where's Boxer? Rumbled the voice. I looked up into the broad leather-jacketed shoulders of Xavier Maggette. By sheer instinct, I backed away a step. I wasn't afraid of him. Well, maybe just a little. Xavier was a tough piece of work and 2 years older than the rest of us. He'd been held back a couple of times because his family sent him on these long trips, which everybody knew he was doing another stretch of juvie. When you were running for president, you couldn't really hang around a kid like that. His bad reputation might rub off on you. Felicia had the same idea. Cam's not here. She was as anxious as I was to get rid of Xavier. But he wasn't going anywhere. So who's going to sign up sheet? I scanned the piece of paper he held out. It was a letter from Mr. Fanshawe addressed to someone whose position was identified as juvenile probation officer. I explained to Xavier Pinkston Maggette would be completing his 40 hours of court-mandated community service with the Positive Action Group. Attached was a timesheet, which had to be filled out and signed by the representative of the PAG. I guess you knew Cam, I replied apologetically. He's a little tricky to nail down. I regretted those words as soon as they were out of my mouth. I hoped he wouldn't take the nail down part too literally and carry it out with real nails. This was Xavier after all. He heaved a sigh. I was hoping to do this the easy way. Like there was also a hard way and we really didn't even want to know about it. Sorry, I told him. But I can't put my name where it says Cam Boxer. It doesn't say Cam Boxer, Xavier observed mildly. It says authorized PAG representative. Suddenly, Felicia snatched the paper from Xavier and shoved it under my nose. Sign it. I was horrified. But now! She took Xavier's pen and stuck it in my hand. So I signed, and Felicia took a picture of me doing it, standing there beside this Hulk who could cost me the election. When we were on our way back downstairs, I turned on her. Why did you make me do that? Now I'm forever going to be associated with that guy. Don't you see? She said excitedly. Not only are you a member of the PAG, you're an authorized representative. Second, only to Cam himself. She patted her phone smugly, and I've got it all on camera. The next day, when the middleman came out, there was a picture of me right on the front page. I was signing the timesheet, but the photograph had been cropped, so you couldn't even see Xavier. The caption read, Student Government Candidate and PAG number 2 man, Jordan Tollefson, approves important court document for new group. I looked very presidential. So far the PAG has things happening, has people joining, and Cam still has nothing to do with it. He doesn't want to be part of it. He doesn't want it to be a group. Sounds like it's becoming a group whether he wants it to or not. I will see you again for chapter 10.